Alright guys, so this is Professor Khan. We're gonna start this webinar or this series of videos, recordings, by first going over the syllabus. But first of all, I hope everybody's safe. Everybody's staying home if they're not feeling well or if they don't feel comfortable going out. Just want everybody to understand that we're trying our best to make this transition as a team, right, and as an institution in general. So hopefully if everybody gives their 100%, we'll be fine and we'll get through this semester easily. Right? To start off again, so for the people that missed the syllabus the first time around and incorporating the changes that we have now, let's talk about what are the changes. So again, this is City Seminar 2, Corner of Reasoning 2. My name again is Professor Khan.
And if you guys remember from last semester, and I mean from the beginning of this semester, you'll see your class time. And obviously, the class time really doesn't matter at this point, other than the fact that during the first day, during that class time of the first day of the week, I'm going to have office hours, right? And we'll talk more about that in a bit, right? Our location, again, doesn't matter either, right? Our location doesn't matter. But depending on your cohort, right? Depending on your cohort, because I teach multiple cohorts and multiple houses, during our regular, when we would have class time, I'm going to have office hours at that time, right? And the office hours will be either at that time, or if you can't make it, which you should be able to because it is our regular class time, right? It would, but if you can't, then you could make an appointment, and it will be mainly on CUNY Blackboard Collaborate or by phone, and my phone number is 929-314-3476. Right, and I'll talk more about Blackboard Collaborate in a bit.
And for the rest of the semester, what I'm planning on doing is having videos. Every week I'll post up a video of me explaining different mathematical functions, different mathematical topics, and then we'll have quizzes and announcements. I'll talk assignments, and I'll talk more about them in a bit. Now, the learning outcomes and many of the policies, I'll leave that to you to read. I will post this syllabus already on Blackboard. But basically, we're in City Seminar 2, corner reasoning section. We're focusing mostly on applying whatever you guys learned in City Seminar 1 and applying it to the real world and building upon it using finding linear trends, finding change, percent change, ratio change, and whatnot, and exponential growth or decay. We'll talk more about that in the upcoming weeks, but it's mostly revolving around that and then being able to present that, right, orally and in writing. So those are the learning outcomes. The college-wide policies, again, it's about academic honesty. I trust you guys to not plagiarize. Whatever you need to cite, you give the credit where it's due. Viewpoint tolerance, I expect respect. And class time, outside class. So since we have transitioned to an online course, in a sense, that I expect you guys to see the videos I will be uploading every week, starting this week, and spending time taking notes, asking questions, right? There will be a space for asking questions. I will show you that. And working a lot, trying to understand in your own time what I'm trying to explain to you guys, using examples. I will give out examples, worksheets, and whatnot for you guys to do, so that way when the assignments come and the quizzes come, you're well prepared for them. Now, for quizzes, if you need accommodations, you can always reach out using Starfish, right? The apply is still the same, right? So the quizzes are usually 15 minutes. So if you need accommodations and you need more time, you reach out to Starfish, and then they will contact me, and I will adjust the time for the quiz for your needs. So make sure you're doing that. And also, Starfish allows me to keep attendance and whatnot, and make sure that everybody's on the same track, and make sure your advisors know that too. Now, moving forward, required materials. You guys are not mandated to have a textbook for this class, but I expect you guys to have a calculator, at least a pen and notebook to write notes whenever you're watching the videos. And the participation comes into the discussion board, right?
So we'll talk more about what the discussion board is in a bit when I show you guys Blackboard. But then the grading system hasn't changed overall for the city seminar. Remember, Studio is a quarter of your grade, critical issues a quarter, integrated quantitative reasoning is a quarter, and the rest quarter is made up by your integrated assignments. One is 10% or 100 points, and two is 150 points, 15%. Right, and then the quantitative reasoning class itself, right, is broken down by, so instead of the attendance and participation in person is going to be on Blackboard now, and I'll show you that again. Remember, that's going to be 25 points. In class quizzes will be 75 points. We'll have we'll have 5 quizzes, right? Each of them 15 points, and then we'll have 5 assignments. And out of that, remember I said the lowest one. So whatever you got the lowest grade in, that one's going to get dropped, right? Sorry, there's a ambulance going by right now. Right, so they all add up to 250 points, which is that quarter of your entire grade.
So now going to our weekly schedule, right? And again, this is tentative; it's subject to change. If we speed up, then we might skip some. We might go over something faster. We might want to slow down. So I'm trying to stick to these dates, right? But again, we'll see how it goes as the week goes on.
And the course topics are along here, right? You could take a second to read them, and we're going to be following this every week. I'm going to post up a different video for each one of these topics, and the quizzes and assignments are also on the rightmost side, the right column, right? Now the quizzes will be held on your class time. The assignments are going to be due on Fridays, right? But the assignments are going to be open all week, right? I'm going to open them up once I create the assignments. I'm going to open them up. So if you want to submit them early, you could submit them early, right? If you want to submit them on time, you could do that, whatever, right? But the quizzes you'll only have, again, unless you need accommodations, quizzes will be 15 minutes only, right? You will be the quiz will be only be available for that 15 minutes, and I will send emails out explaining when that time will be, so that way you'll be ready, and it will be during class time, right? So I expect everybody to be available during class time, and find a way to do that quiz within that 15 minutes. Just sit down for that 15 minutes, do the quiz, right, and submit it. You'll have 15 minutes again. Unless you need accommodations, I'll give you more time, right? If you have any questions about that or concern about that, let me know ASAP. Right, now, going on to Blackboard, right? We have used Blackboard before, but if you don't remember, there's multiple ways of going into Blackboard. One way I do it is I go to cuny.edu, and then I click login. I hover over login, and then click Blackboard, and it should come up. Yep. Put in your CUNY first credentials. Remember, you guys could get in through My Government as well, right? If once you get into My Government, the home page on the left hand side, you could access Blackboard. Now, one thing I want to remind you guys, right? Some people, since this is a full online course now, I'm going to be sending emails through Blackboard mostly, right? So one thing you want to check is that when you're in the home page of Blackboard, right? This is click home. This is the home page, right? All the way in the bottom, there's an update email. So click that, and you should put your most up-to-date emails, right? Make sure that it's an email that you'll see the current, and you should put the one that you'll see use most often, right? I prefer the government, but if you don't look at the government every day, make sure you put your most up-to-date, and then you submit it, right? Now, going to your course, you guys already know the difference between going from one class to another class, right? Meaning critical issues, you have your Blackboard. Studio, you have your Blackboard. What's that? What else? And obviously for quantitative reasoning, you have your Blackboard, right? Make sure you're clicking on the quantitative reasoning one. That's the one with the P, right? So I'm teaching 4 different right now. I'm teaching 2020. I'm teaching 4 different. So click on your ones, right? So click on whichever one is yours, and it's going to be basically the same for all of them for me, because I'm teaching the same thing for all of my courses, right? So click on your ones. So if it's 10p or 11p or 12p, whichever is your cohort, right? You should click on that, right? So let me just go on one of them.
It's going to look like this. Now this sidebar, this green sidebar, sometimes disappears. Kind of gets annoying, right? You want to make sure you click on it, right? Click on the little arrow over here so it opens up. Alright, this is where you're going to have most of your interactions. Now in the information tab is where you have the syllabus. So the syllabus I just went over is right here. If you want to look over and watch the video and look at it, in the meantime you could do that. Right, now underneath this, I'm going to also post this video that I'm recording right now. I'm going to post this along with this, so you can read along with this and go on Blackboard and whatnot at the same time that you're seeing the video. So I'll post that here. Now in the content tab is where I'm going to put the weekly lectures. So first week we had this preliminary quiz, right? We had the introduction. Second week we talked about percent change worksheet. So I'm going to set up a video for each one of these again, right? So very shortly in the next couple of days, right? Probably tomorrow, I'll set up a video for the week 1 and videos for week 2, right? And underneath each week I'm going to have the video. So you'll see week 3 and week 4, week 5, so on and so forth, right? You'll see the videos pile up, right? And everybody should be watching those videos because those videos are going to be what your lectures are. I expect everybody to take notes. Now, while everybody's taking notes, the attendance or the participation part of this course comes in right here, this discussion, right? So if you click on that, right now, I have week 4 discussion. Week 4 discussion is going to be all, let's look at what's week 4. Week 4, we're going to be talking about organizing data and percent change and summary statistics. So I'm going to post a video on this shortly, right? Probably this weekend, right? Because for the week March 23rd to 27th. So I'll put up a video for that. So on Blackboard, what you do is you see this, right? You click on it, and let's read it together. Every student should post at least one thread by the end of each week, Saturday before midnight, right? So the way you participate is you post a thread, and I'll show you guys how to do that, right? In the subject, you put your name, and you could refer to this video, right? Whenever you get confused or anything. Now, the thread could either be a question or comment that you have about that week's lecture, or you could reply to somebody else's thread. Right? So here's an example. So let's say I click on week 4 discussion. And right now it's empty because nobody posted anything. So let's create a thread. So right here, create thread. My subject, I'm going to put my name. So you put your name, right? Make sure you don't put my name. Make sure you put your name. So we could put I had difficulty, or I had a question about when should I use 1 plus or 1 minus, right? For the people that remember the percent change, you should remember 1 plus is if you have a tax and 1 minus is if you have a discount, right? Or a decrease, right? During percent change, right? So you put that, right? If you want to attach a picture of some work you're doing, maybe you did some work and you're stuck somewhere, you click browse my computer, you upload your picture of whatever, your notes or whatnot, you could do that, right? And then you submit it. Now I could see that whatever your name is, for me is Ashfaq Khan, I publish something, right? I click on it, and I know that you had this question for me and I'm going to reply back, or I'll talk about it in a future video or whatnot, right? So going back to the discussion, right? So you click on, every week you're going to see, so there's week 4, you're going to see week 5, week 6, week 7. So everybody should post at least one by the end of the week, right? Now, you have 2 options. Again, you could either create a thread and ask a question, or if you see somebody, one of your friends and buddies or whatever, right? You'll click one of theirs and you see their question, and I'm like, oh, I know when you should use 1 plus or 1 minus, so I'm going to reply to this person. So over here in the subject, I'm going to put now my name. Instead of his name, I'm going to put my name. So let's say Ashfaq Khan. This is a different person. So this is a different person now, right? So you could either be the one that's asking the question, or you could be the one that's answering the question, right? You don't have to do both. You could do one or the other, right? So if you're the person answering the question, so I'm going to say my name is Ashfaq Khan. I'm going to pretend I'm a different person, Ashfaq 2. When percent is increasing, or not percent is increasing, sorry. When the amount is being increased or taxed, right? We'll say you use 1 plus, and then you do 1 plus the decimal, right? Whatever the decimal is. Right, again, if you're having a hard time understanding what I'm saying, go over the video that has a percent change, I'll put that up. When the amount is decreasing, right? For example, if you have a sale, right, or a discount, right, a discount, then it's decreasing, right? You use 1 minus and then the decimal component, right? Again, it doesn't have to be as nice as this, right? As long as you're getting your point across, right? And you could maybe, if they post up a picture, right? If this first person posts up a picture of a problem, you could show your solution, right? And I'll take a look at it and see if it's correct. If it's correct, I'll leave it, right? And then you submit it. So you have this thread, and then you have a reply to that. So I'll be able to see everybody, and I expect everybody to submit this, right? At least once every week, right? So let me just delete these now, because I don't want to see myself. I don't really care, right? So this question, yep. All right. So now it's clean again, right? So you guys create, once you see the videos on week 4, you create your thread, and if you have a question or concern, post that up. If you want to reply to somebody else's, you do that, right? The sooner you do it, the better, right? That way other people could answer your question. It doesn't have to be me, it could be other people. So I wouldn't wait till the Saturday night to do that. Now, over here, we talked about Blackboard Collaborate, right? So the office hour is going to be on Blackboard Collaborate, and I'm going to have my phone on at the same time.
But before we get to that, remember we're gonna have weekly quizzes, or like not weekly, bi-weekly quiz every other weekend assignments. So that's all gonna be right here on the week on the quizzes and assignments tab, right? So I didn't post up the quiz one yet, but you'll definitely have that next week. And you can see the date on that. I put up all the dates on the syllabus. The quizzes are going to be there. The assignments, I'm going to also put them up. Remember, the assignments are due Fridays, and I'll put up the how I expect you to do the assignments and whatnot. They'll all be here in the assignment tabs, right? But to talk about how we're going to have office hours, right? So let's go on Blackboard Collaborate, right? So this is this CUNY BB Collaborate, right? You click on that. This is going to be during office hours, remember. So whatever the day I put up on the syllabus, right? Whatever the day I put up on the syllabus right here, that's going to be your office hours. And again, if you can't meet that time, you could make an appointment with me. I could schedule something, right, to meet. Now, how Blackboard Collaborate is going to work. So right now there's no sessions going on, right? Because I set up the first day to start next week, right? And it's going to reoccur, and none of them started yet, right? They're going to reoccur every week on that same day that it's set up on the office hours, right? Same day, same time, right? But the way you join one, right? So right now it's not started. As you can see, it's not started. But let's create a test, right? So test session, right? You don't have to create one. You guys are just going to be joining. So I'll create it. So once any of these office hours, once they start, it's going to say in progress. So instead of not yet started, it's going to say in progress. And the way you join is you just click on it, and you click on the right hand side, you click join session, right? And when you join the session, again, they're going to ask you, is your camera working? Is your audio working? Again, you don't have to keep your camera on or your audio on. If you don't want to talk to me, you could just chat. There's a chat option also, right? The way you chat is, but you joined it. See, I joined it as well, right? I'm in it now. If you jump in, right, you guys could talk to me, and I prefer you have the audio on so we could talk, right? But if you don't want to, right, then that's another way. It's right here, chat. Yeah, find someone to chat with. So you could chat with everybody, right? Or you could chat with moderator, which is gonna be myself, right? So you're gonna chat with me, and then you're gonna click this, and then you're gonna say something, and you're gonna talk, and I'll reply back to you and whatnot, right? That's how you're gonna be chatting, right? So there's different ways of communicating, but that's. Let me see if I have anything else I want to go over. No, but yeah, but in Blackboard Collaborate, but that's going to be the main point of Blackboard Collaborate. So on the office hour time, which is again posted on the syllabus, right? We're gonna talk right here, and then when you want to close this, right here, you just exit out, and you end the session ends, right? You leave. So I'm going to turn off this test session, delete it. So remember, you won't see the sessions. Yes, delete. You won't see. You can't join the sessions until it's in progress. So the first one's gonna be next week, right? And then continuing on every week from then. You're gonna go over and over again.
Let's see, did I miss anything? We talked about office hours. We went over the discussions. We went over the quizzes, assignments. Yeah, so that's going to be mainly everything. So again, just to reiterate, every week I'm going to post the videos, right? So I'm going to post in a couple of probably tomorrow. I'll post a video on this, the preliminary quiz. I'll post a video on the percent work change. So whatever we worked in class. This video that I'm doing right now will be underneath the syllabus, underneath the information, because it's more of an informational video, right? And I'll see you guys either by phone or talk to you guys, not see you actually, via Blackboard Collaborate. And again, stay safe, guys. Keep an eye out for these videos. Make sure you change that email on Blackboard. I'm going to send out announcements through Blackboard. So remember, in the home page, you scroll down, you click update email, click on that. Make sure you change that to your most up-to-date email.
And keep a lookout for those, and just stay safe, guys.